Alright, ready?
Mm-hmm.
This is Shanleya's quest, and the author of this book came to teach a class about plants today.
If that's sepals, petals, stamens, what does this have to be in the middle? Pistil.
Did you see with the loop?
I did not.
These are our new books. And they're signed.
So today we had a special guest, Thomas Elpel. He wrote a book called Botany in a Day. He also wrote sort of a companion book, a book for kids, which explores some of the same plant identification methods in a kid's story. He also made, and this was really cool, a card game. So he has this deck of cards with different plant families on it. And he has different ways to play plant identification games. A matching game and sort of like an Uno game as well.
Oh, man, she's really good at it.
Let's just say you're looking for mints. Someone puts down a card, it's not a mint. Someone puts down a card, it's not a mint. Someone puts down a card and it is a mint. Then everyone like slaps at it. And whoever gets their hand there first gets that whole pile and puts it in their deck.
Keep going.
Mustard.
Lecture is our most common way of teaching, but our worst way of learning. And the more that I teach, the more that I prefer to go from the gut, acquire this at a gut level first, and then you can come back and understand it more at a head level.
Since my kids had already read Shanleya's Quest, that's the kids' book, and the companion card game they'd played, they were super excited to meet Thomas Elpel, and they got to sit in the class with us today and go through all of the plant identification exercises and the walk around the property. It was great to bring them in. My kids, who are 9 and 8, they know way more about plant identification than me.
Okay, opposite leaves, good.
Opposite leaves and irregular flowers.
Regular flowers, great, awesome, okay.
Aromatic.
Aromatic, all right.
So it was awesome to sit at a table with them and see Milo's hand shoot up and know the answers and just be super confident in this knowledge that he's already, well underway being a master of. So super proud dad moment.
This is Shanleya's Quest. It's about a girl who's collecting spices from eight of the families. They're all flowering plants. Mints, parsleys, mustards, peas, lily, grass, rose, and aster.
It was very quick for my kids to get the 8 basic plant families that are taught here and in the deck of cards. They were more, they had a greater capacity to learn those first set of patterns than the adults involved. They outstripped us.
I've learned how to identify these plants like mints have square stems, opposite leaves, irregular flowers, and usually aromatic.
It's really fun to watch their sense of confidence, and then to see that even my 8- and 9-year-old were able to go on the plant walk with Tom Elpel and watch him keying out flowers that are not in those introductory 8 plant families, but to feel like they had understanding of how to identify bracts, sepals, petals, pistils, stamens. These technical terms came very naturally to them because they had begun with a level of confidence and a sense that they knew some of these plants almost as friends, and therefore were able to go out and explore the really vast diversity of the plant kingdom with a little bit more confidence.
Moving down the line, we have the dandelion, which is ray flowers all the way to the middle without any disc flowers.
My kids do love the book Shanleya's Quest, but we wouldn't have it in the house if I hadn't first gotten Botany in a Day.
So yeah, I wrote Botany in a Day, first as basically to answer my own questions. As based originally on Montana plants, which I've expanded out to cover most of North America, especially the frost belt of the country, that any place that has hard freezes in winter.
This is a brand new copy that Tom Elpel signed for us, but I also have it at home, and I frequently recommend it for people who are in the situation I am in. It is not a field guide. If you're looking for a field guide for identifying plants, you also want one of those. It is a science text, but it is a science text for people who want to bridge the gap from knowing very few plants to knowing many plants.
There's some seeds that are kind of flat and heart-shaped. There's some that are round. Some are round and flat. Some are round and globe-like.
Botany in a Day is a little misleading. You're not going to get through this in a day, but it definitely is a rapid way to use identification of families to get past that kind of intimidating genus, species, Latin thing to a point where you have some grasp, some confidence in identifying a few plants. And then there's a system for keying out plants by flower. So this is most useful for plants where you can find the flower. And that's exactly what Tom Elpel showed us how to do on our plant walk.
If you're going in by layers, you look, and underneath there's our stamen, okay? And then, if that's sepals, petals, stamens, what does this have to be in the middle?
Pistil.
The pistil.
We love this book because it goes along with our philosophy at Fouch Off-Grade that not only experts should be able to homestead, we really do believe in good information. We don't like to spread around bad information. We do believe in science. We think science is important, but we're always looking for ways to make science accessible so that anyone anywhere can have access to the power of self-determination that comes with homesteading and knowledge of your environment.
So what's the other thing we know about mustards?
They're all edible?
Edible.
All right, well, I'm headed into the last session of the entire course. Tom Elpel on natural building. Thomas also wrote a book called Living Houses. He, in his sort of homesteading journey, went out, built a house in the woods. He did a lot of stone masonry, some log work, some timber framing work. It's a passive solar design. It's a great design for a house, and he did it pretty much right out of high school. So he had it figured out pretty early what he wanted to be doing. He is not exactly a natural builder in that he uses a lot of concrete. He's okay using plastics. He's okay using sort of conventional building envelope methods, but he is super smart about how he manages his time, how he plans well, and how he replaces cash with his own effort. So this is a man after my own heart. These are things that I have already sort of embraced, and it was great to hear it coming out of his mouth as well. And really good to see some of his methodology, because he was really smart about how he laid out this house, and it's a great book. It walks you right through that and a few other projects that he's done, and just good examples of different building styles that are not super expensive and can be done with human power.
Did you enjoy being in the class today?
Yes. I just like plants. Plants are one of my interests.
So that's one pattern.
Thanks for writing the book Shanleya's Quest. Good night, Tabby.
The parsley family is a little different case here. We have some great edibles. What are some edibles that might be out of the parsley family?
Parsley,
Parsley. All right.